Last year, shortly after VidCon, I started a Patreon. I started a Patreon after going to... Well... Welcome to the stream, everybody. I am the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time, and whatever I feel like every Friday at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time, playing games from the NES, the Sega Genesis, the Super Nintendo, the N64, from DOS all the way through modern PC games like Shovel Knight, Limbo, Inside, and more. Tonight we are going to be playing a game called MediEvil. MediEvil is a PlayStation 1 3D platformer. We are currently on part 3 of this stream. Part 1 and 2 are up on the channel as well. And so you can see we've currently made our way through about 12 different levels, making our way and even getting the chalices to pick up all types of weapons. I am Dan, the undead skeleton, going around and fighting the evil Zarok or something along those lines. The sorcerer who has reanimated all the dead. So we are going to be continuing that stream here tonight and playing the game. Thank you all for being here tonight. You know, I said tonight, but of course I didn't actually mean tonight, because tonight is a silly thing to say at this time of day, because it's daytime, but that's what happens when I'm not really thinking, because I'm not used to streaming at this time of day. Hello, everybody, I am the Chris Who Plays Games, and I'm happy to have you here with me today. We are going to be continuing with that game, so I hope that you're all excited to hear it. It is live. It is live. Yes, it is the morning. Hello, Disguise Falling, and Org Chaos, and Sean P, and Max Joseph, and Chris Mitter, and Inayogi, Hakushu, and Van Helsing. Happy to have all of you here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a Sunday stream today, a little bit special. We're going to try and finish this game off. I am unfortunately going to be out, not this coming week, but the following week, so I wanted to put some extra streams in there for you all, as well as to pick up some new fans in the CPG universe. So we will be playing this game today. I have a whole bunch of... No, I don't want to replay the lake. Why is that what I said? That was a silly things. I did not play the Shovel Knight DLC. No, I didn't. Why did I not play the Shovel Knight DLC? I just didn't. I played Shovel Knight the original time, and then I never played it again after that, so, no good reason. I just didn't get to it. I think Shovel Knight was one... I actually at one point tried to do the Plague Knight, like the Plague Knight, not DLC, but the, you know, extra content, and I never really got it. I think I didn't get it to work, so... Yeah, punch your brother today in protest? Not sure how I feel about that. I don't think you should punch your brother. I think that's how I feel. But yeah. So while I was off stream, oh, he's a Nazi, so it's okay. Okay, well, I do support punching Nazis. I'm not sure I support punching your brother specifically, so I don't know. I have concerns here. I feel like the first step before punching is always to attempt communication. It won't necessarily work though, so I do understand that thought. Okay, so apparently, do I have a better save state here? Or is this like, I need to go back? I thought I went and filled up my life before I saved, but apparently I did not. Okay, so let's go fill up our life, since I apparently have 0 life left. But yeah, so off stream I went ahead and collected a bunch of different weapons, so I went back and got chalices for a bunch more levels, so now I have like a flying axe thing, and I got like another life bottle or 2 and stuff like that, so that was good. But yeah, so one thing that I always like to do as I stream is to make sure that I have lots of interesting stories and other things like that that I can share with you. So we've got some pre-recorded thoughts of mine that are about the events in Charlottesville yesterday, the terrible terrorist attack where a white supremacist drove his car into a crowd of people. We've got, you know, things about the James Damore memo, which we talked about a lot on Friday, and other things like that. Do I think the Google controversy is like a cult? Well, so that's kind of, you're attacking two things. Is the Google controversy like a cult? No. Is Google like a cult? I mean, there's a lot of things in what James Damore said which are stupid, and the idea that Google is a cult where no, dissent is allowed is among the stupidest of them. The fact that James Damore's version of dissent, where he insults the person, like personally attacks his coworkers and insinuates that they're incapable of doing their job, is certainly the type of dissent that is not allowed and should not be allowed in any environment. But that does not mean that Google is like a cult. It means that you can't be a dick when you're at work. You have to find different ways to achieve your goals. So disguise following, it's just something that I did when I first started out doing live streams. I had really dumb looking thumbnails, and Game Dojo actually threw together just like a really quick BRB screen for me very early on, and that was the aesthetic he chose. You know, the red kind of evokes the sense of the NES controller buttons, so I've liked to stick with that, and I also am a big fan of like bright primary colors, so I stick with the red around the thumbnails as a way of, you know, when you're quickly scrolling through, that way you can always find my thumbnails. So I know sometimes when I look at, like, I really appreciate Soy Bomb's thumbnails because they've always got that really kind of big green area, so I don't have to look very hard when I'm looking at a list of videos. I can just be like, oh, it's a Soy Bomb video. Hello, map serving. Oh, Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, you're almost here, right? I'm looking forward to hearing what people are up to and see if I can meet up with people for drinks. So, I definitely will be streaming on Monday, but I will be, I will definitely be around probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to do, you know, different things like that, and then streaming Monday and Friday. So I look forward to seeing what people are up to, and I've already told my wife that I will be home less as a result of hanging out with Phosphor G people. So yeah, I mean, the other thing that I do is for my CPG rants, I do the what's it, just the very kind of basic clip arty thumbnails. So they're just like a very kind of narrow or low information density, like white thumbnails are the aesthetic I went with that, and it's the same basic idea. Like I wanted to pick an aesthetic for those thumbnails. I recently did a thumbnail for a video I did on my other channel about Gangnam Style and Despacito. I can't speak, and that used a very different aesthetic using a Canva template. But I really kind of liked it. I feel like it's I've got like a bold color on the right with like a kind of like a thumbnail from a video on the left. And I really like how that came out, and I will probably use that if I do more videos of that analysis type. I'm also still working on creating some content for a content creator specific channel, and it is likely that if I do that, I will probably use that same basic approach for that channel, would be to create like a thumbnail style that's very like PowerPoint presentation-y. I like that better for analysis type stuff. Does red bring stress? That's not a thing I've ever heard. I won't say it's impossible, but it's not a thing that I'm aware of. I know that that's like an idea that, you know, when people do like running like bullfights and other stuff like that, that the red, you know, angers the bull or whatever, but bulls are colorblind, so that's just like a silly myth. So I don't know exactly where that idea comes from. Yeah, organization is good. But yeah, so I use thumbnails that are kind of designed to stand out from the crowd, to not be too busy. I feel like I'm not really sure I love the aesthetic of my video game stream thumbnails, but I've kind of been using the same thing since I started, so I've basically just accepted that that's kind of the way I go with it, so. Oh god. Let's not walk right off a cliff. Alright, so now I'm gonna actually toss a save state here since I've actually got some life now. I'm gonna kill these things. Get out of here, shadow demons. Yeah, so this axe is like a boomerang axe, and I really like it. It's been a very effective weapon. Yeah, so the rants stand out, and I'm okay with them. I think the biggest thing that I have about them is it is oftentimes hard to take some of the ideas that I want to make rants about and come up with really kind of representative imagery. So early on when I was doing things about like Twitch versus YouTube growth, it was very easy that I just made a graph. But when I'm doing things like, you know, have empathy, like how exactly do you make a CPG rant image about, you know, being empathetic? That's a little bit harder for me to picture. So I've had a little bit more trouble with some of the more abstract ideas coming up with what I find to be kind of compelling imagery for them. But it is the case that I'm overall pretty happy with how these have come out. So, Braid, how's it going? Hello, Logan Pauler and Jan the Human. Hello, Emid. Hello, Brad. Good to see all of you here. Happy to have you. Comcast is acting up. Comcast isn't acting up, I don't think. I don't know. It's offline. What does it mean? Why do you mean offline? Don't tell me you're offline. You're not offline. I see it. Maybe it'll come back. Thanks for the raid. Thanks, thanks, thanks. I don't know what to say if it says offline. Thanks for the subscription, Logan Pauler. Yeah, Brad, I'm happy to help fix your stream. I mean, anything to get me a few more viewers, right? Like, if I can get a raid from you, that's just a few more people to keep me happy. Do I like Logan Paul? I have no, I don't like Logan Paul. I feel like Logan Paul and I guess his brother Jake are self-focused people who don't have the ability to think about the impacts of their behavior on others, and they are not sufficiently thoughtful in the things that they do. I think that it is impressive that they've been able to kind of build up an audience around their content, not the least because it sucks. And you know, I think that they are representative of a class of things, but I don't know. All I can say is try to refresh. So I don't know why. I don't really understand why Logan Paul has been able to gain the success that he has. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me, and I think it's a little bit silly, but I do think that it is impressive that he's been able to do what he does. It's weird to see me in natural light. Yeah, I mean, I'm only half in natural light. I still do have the overhead light on in my room, so there is that. But I do have a little bit of natural light going on. It's actually one of the reasons why I can't record my pre-record my CPG rants as easily in the summer, is that there's so little time when it's dark out that if I don't do them the day before, like from the time I get up until basically 20 minutes before my stream, I have a ton of natural light, and it looks weird to have the CPG rant be in natural light when everything else isn't. So I don't have blinds in here, no. Yeah, I mean, he is a pretty boy, but there's a lot of pretty boys. I mean, look at me. I mean, you're gonna say that Logan Paul deserves more than I do? It is not Saturday and it is not night. I apologize for confusing you with my choices. But yeah, I definitely do yeah, feel that way. Now it's working. I'm glad it's working. I'm sorry you didn't get to be here before, but I appreciate you being here. Oh, what just happened? Oh shit, that is not what I meant to do. Oh no! Okay, crap. Crappity crap. Alright, where is the thing that I wanted to do? I don't know where it went. I can't spell. There we go. I'm the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time, and whatever I feel like every Friday at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. I play games from all types of different systems, from Atari to NES to Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis to the N64 to the PlayStation. I've also played different indie games on Friday nights when I play whatever I want. I've also live streamed Android games like Pokemon Go, as well as games from the GameCube, the DOS era, and more. I am a software developer working at Google on YouTube, and I'm always happy to answer your questions, whether they are today or any other time, so feel free to ask. If you are interested in some of the games I've played before, you can check out my website, chrisplaysgames.com, where I have a list of every game I have played on the channel, more than 272 total games across 167 different streams on 23 platforms, 23 genres across 17 different platforms. My favorite genre is the platformer genre. My favorite platform is the NES, as it is the platform that I grew up playing the most. I'm happy to have you here today. Oh no, the dragon burned me! Do not burn me, dragon! Rocks fall, everyone dies. There you go. Take that, dragon. Oh, how did I not hit you? Ah. I hate it when the dragon catches me on fire. What? All right, so I'm gonna put up my camera here. If you hear me, feel free to say something. Chat is closed. Time to find another stream. What the fuckity fuck? YouTube, you suck. Wow, you are super broken. I like nothing works. Nothing works. God damn it.